Hello, I'm Ninja Greg, and you're watching the Ninja Greg Show. And this is my review of Antboy, a foreign country superhero film. And oh boy, this is a bad one, folks. Anyways, what's it about? Well, like I said, it's a foreign film, and I don't know what country it comes from. I want to say Russia, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But anyways, it's about honestly the story is so familiar. It's the kind of story you've seen a million times, but it's about a kid named Pele Norman, and he's the typical nobody that nobody pays any attention to or even really notices. And then people start paying attention to him when he becomes the superhero Ant Boy. And Ant Boy's origin and some of his powers even straight up rip off Spider-Man. In fact, they actually come out and make the Spider-Man comparison. So yeah, he gets bitten by an ant, gets ant powers, which comes with a ant's craving for sugar, which apparently is how the source of his power. That's how he recharges, so to speak. And he soon finds he has the ability to cling to walls and uses he has superhuman strength that he discovers in the typical way of him breaking stuff. And he even finds out that he has a superhuman biting ability, superhuman sense of smell, and acid pee. I'm not making that one up. They seriously give him acid pee. Why? Because actual ants can secrete acid through their glands, or so the movie says. But seriously, acid pee? You couldn't make it acid spit or something else? Whatever. Well, what are the positives about the movie? Very few, actually. It starts with a comic book style opening, which is kind of cool, I guess. And yeah, they do poke fun at a couple of superhero costume tropes like wearing the underwear on the outside of the costume or the impracticality of the cape. But that's really all the nice things I have to say about it. Oh, they also have like at some point they have like a logo, like a Amboy logo transition. Kind of reminds me of the old 60s, 1960s Batman, but I don't know. This movie is not very good. The actors are either boring or stilted, and I don't want to blame that on the dubbers. I don't want to hold the dubbing against this movie, but yeah, the acting's pretty subpar. What little action there is boring or not even seen off screen, just kind of implied. Uh, the killer characters are uninteresting, and we've seen them a million times already. The villain comes right the hell out of nowhere and brings in this forced revenge plot. The villain, by the way, who's known as the Flea, and his powers are very much in the same nature as Ant Boy's, in the sense that they take direct inspiration from the animal that he's influenced by. And so he's got superhuman jumping ability and a thirst for blood, which he satiates with a tank full of blood on his back that he pumps into himself. So he doesn't actually like bite into anybody or anything. So admittedly, that's kind of a clever way. That's kind of a clever way to for him to sate his hunger for blood. But yeah, if I had to describe this movie in one word, it would be boring. And throughout it, they remind me of much better superheroes I would rather see a movie of, like Martian Manhunter or previously mentioned Spider Man, even Batman and Superman. This movie is just ungodly dull. I'll say this though, It's mercifully short, like 72 minutes. That's a little over an hour. So, but despite how short it was, it just felt, it still felt like a bit of a slog to get through. There were honestly a couple of times where when I was watching it, I would check the time, like, okay, how much time do I have left? A half hour. Oh, come on. But yeah, I don't recommend Ant Boy. And I would much rather recommend Ant Man, which I actually reviewed some time ago. It's a much better, much more well done ant related superhero. And you know it's a bad sign when the movie reminds you of other superhero movies you'd much rather see. And yeah, I've seen bad superhero movies before, but at the very least, they weren't boring. This movie is. But that's Ant Boy, made by Nimbus Films. If you don't know who they are, you can look them up and probably discover the country the movie was originally filmed in. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on Ant Boy. And if you like this video, then give it a like. And if you want to see more stuff like this and want to support me and continue to see me do what I do, then give me a subscribe. I'm Ninja Greg. You've been watching the Ninja Greg Show. I'll see you next time.